Hey! So it's week 2 of taking Sprycel, the medication they've given me for my chronic myeloid leukemia. As I mentioned last time, I wanted to make these videos to keep track of my illness, and also because I couldn't find anything like this where it just showed day to day what it was like living with the meds, and what the side effects really were like. So I've actually been filming little bits of when I noticed symptoms as I went through the week, so I can include them here as well. Obviously it's going to vary from person to person, but I thought it'd be good if there was some kind of more casual information out there anyway. So yeah, a week ago I started taking the meds. I woke up on Tuesday morning, I took them for the first time on Monday night, and I was just looking for side effects everywhere I went. I think I'd read too much on the internet. I read them all and I was expecting to get them all, I think. And so I immediately woke up and thought, oh no, I've got a headache, it's beginning, oh my stomach isn't great, oh it's definitely a sign. But to be honest, as I went to work and I forgot to look for them, the side effects disappeared. So yeah, the first day I felt fine, I was okay. The second day I had a bit of a rash, or maybe it started to develop on the first day but it wasn't much. And the rash did actually develop into something that I think must have been a side effect of the medicine. It was really hot and like very obvious, and there was no other reason for it being there. Hey, so it's the second day since I've been taking the pills. I'm just at work. I just had to spend some time in the bathroom, which was unpleasant. Seems to be doing small things to my stomach. I've also come out in like this rash. You see it? On both my arms. This one seems worse. But it doesn't hurt, it's not itchy, so maybe it's okay. I feel a little bit sick, but not too bad. But then I also think, would I be feeling like this anyway because I had Taco Bell last night? Hey, so this is day 3 of taking the pills. I'm on the way to work. I feel fine basically, but every day I just feel like really flushed and quite hot. And yesterday I had a presentation, I was doing that and I was fine, but then I got really hot and I just couldn't cool down, and then someone even commented like, wow, you're very, very red in the face. I was like, oh no, yes, I know. That's it, bye. Hello! Now on my lunch break. This morning felt really, really tired and emotional, like very close to tears for no reason. But now I feel way better. I felt better by like 11 a.m. And that's annoying. But the rash has gotten worse. Sorry, my arm's a bit gross, but the rash has gotten worse. I think it's because I scratched it. But otherwise I feel good. I'm starting to see a pattern that maybe the mornings are terrible, and then you just go back to normal. So I'm trying to work it with my work. I did some research online, it looks like that's pretty common for lots of people, so one thing that did get me down was I did get a cold, quite a bad cold, enough to like keep me at home and in bed all weekend, and it was a 3-day weekend, whereas normally I would have been out, I would have done something, I had plans. But no, I was like achy all over, a bit feverish I think, really congested, cough, etc., and that kept me in bed all weekend. I'm basically recovering from it now. You might be able to hear it in my voice, and I still do have a cough. That one, again, I think it ties into what I was saying earlier. I'm not sure if that's a side effect of the meds or if I would have gotten that cold anyway. I am leaning more towards it being a side effect of the meds, either because my immune system's weaker than it would normally be, or because those symptoms are a side effect of it. I don't know which one, but I don't normally get colds. I'm normally perfectly fine, so I do think, I think, yeah, it was the meds for that for sure. So that and the rash. But both those things temporary, and I do feel better now. I did feel like hell on the weekend, and I did start to question the pills a little bit. I started to think that they were just making me sick. But I was also a little bit feverish, like I said, so I think I was starting to get paranoid about the effect they were having on my body. Hello! So I've had a cold for the past 2 days, and I hate getting colds. I never get sick. So I don't know if it's a side effect or not, but I feel like it is. I'm blaming the pills. It's miserable. So I don't really want to take it tonight because I've got it into my mind that if I take it, this cold's gonna get worse, because I just couldn't leave bed today. but you have to take it. So anyway, I'm sure it won't make my cold worse. Hopefully, miraculously, I'll wake up tomorrow and be better. But we shall see. Bye. Now, a full week in, I feel fine. I still have a bit of a cough, like I said, and I still do get a bit tired. So I've noticed another pattern as well, as I do tend to get tired in the morning, and I tend to get better about midday, usually. So it's a bit of an effort for me to get to work. I still get to work on time and I still do my work, but it feels like it's really heavy to get there. Like I have to really pull myself and take the steps. And then when I get there, I don't really want to talk to anyone for a while. So it takes me a while to get woken up. That's something I've noticed. I'll monitor it over the next week and see, because everything else I've gone through has stopped after a few days. So that might be the case with this as well. We'll see. In terms of things that might have affected the meds, I've obviously stayed away from grapefruit, which you're not allowed to have, which is very sad. I've tried to avoid alcohol. I did go out on Friday night because I had that planned for a while and I felt basically fine, so I wanted to go. However, when I woke up on Saturday, that's when I was horribly sick with the the dreaded cold of doom. And so I don't know if I would have gotten that maybe if I hadn't gone drinking. So maybe by drinking I made it worse. I don't know. Again, I don't know, I kind of wish I had a time machine so I could go back and compare what would have happened if I hadn't gone out drinking versus going out drinking, but that might be one thing. So that's something I'm going to keep monitoring and see if alcohol affects how I feel. I have noticed by the end of this week that I'm feeling like my appetite has gone down. I can normally eat and eat and eat and eat, no problem, and that's still basically the case, but I do feel full quicker, and I don't feel as hungry in the day. I don't feel like, oh, maybe I'll need to go eat now. I also do have stomach pains, and I've had to had some mornings where I've not, how can I say this politely? I've had to go to the bathroom in the mornings. I really like spicy food, so I've kept on eating spicy food, and I think I've noticed a little bit of a difference, but not enough to make me stop eating spicy food, so that's fine. I think the main thing now is just the exhaustion, so trying to balance that. I'm trying to manage it by stopping doing overtime, so I don't think I can cut down on my hours at work, but I usually do a fair amount of overtime each month, so I think if I just stick to the hours, and I've spoken with my boss and I've explained and he agrees I should just, do what I can. What I normally would do is rush to work and be one of the first people to get there, and then I tend to stay a little bit late some days as well, so I always end up doing a good amount of overtime each month. But starting today, and I did try it today, I'm just taking the morning a bit more slowly, not arriving early, arriving on time, like just on time, and just giving myself the extra space and the extra time to breathe in the mornings before going to work. We'll see how that goes. And then in the nighttime, obviously I haven't been doing much exercise. I normally quite enjoy doing something active, so I like handstands and I do a body fitness app thing that I sometimes use, and I like trampolining. I haven't been doing any of those things because I've been really tired and I've got no time. So maybe this week as well I'd like to gradually try introducing a little bit more exercise back in. I'm going to start by doing just some yoga online tonight before going to bed. I guess my takeaway from last week was I had lots of ups and downs. So I started off expecting the worst, and then that not happening, and so feeling like these meds were going to have no effect on me, and then hitting the weekend and just feeling like death all weekend, not being able to do anything, and then getting quite depressed about that on Sunday night and Monday as well. Just feeling like if these pills, if this is what they're going to do to me, what kind of life am I going to be leading? Because, I guess not to brag, but I never used to get sick. I never used to catch colds and stuff like that. I guess I had a pretty strong immune system. So trying to get around that reality of is this going to be what I do now? I'm going to have to be very careful about talking to people with a cold and just breasting a lot. Yeah, so kind of wrapping my head around that a little bit more. Fighting through the not kind of fighting through that feeling that I don't want to take the pills. So I think on Sunday night in particular, it was bad. But yeah, so I guess going ahead from now, I'm gonna try to stick to my new routine of just arriving on time for work. Try to go to bed by 11:30. What was it? Maybe 11:30, and slowly start to introduce more exercise back in, and also monitor alcohol and its effects. So I won't be drinking again until maybe Thursday, and that won't be heavy, but we'll see. I'll see how it goes on Thursday. But yeah, that's basically week 1 of the medication. So a week today I have my doctor's appointment, which is going to be the first time that he checks my blood after taking the medication, and so I guess the next video I'll make will be then. Alright, good night.